Okay, great evening, guys. Hope you're well. Today, I want to share some of the trades taken on NAS. It is currently Tuesday. Well, actually, it's Wednesday already, but I'm going to share the trades of Tuesday. So what I want to go through, if you remember the pre-week analysis of NAS, I said that we are in a bearish bear market. So that means we're creating lower lows and lower highs. If I just grab this tool right here, so here you can see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And now I am expecting a lower low. However, this is a very big level of support. So we might not get that lower low. We might get a higher low, and then the trend can change. So any of that can happen, but we are still in a bear market, so I'm still looking for sells. Now, what I also told you guys was that the market was pretty much at this level right here at the beginning of the week. So when the level was at this market at the beginning of the week, I told you guys to look out for the pullback and then the continuation. So going on to the 4-hour on Monday, we kind of had this this pullback. I think I did make a video on Monday explaining this. But yeah, basically we had pullback up to higher regions, and then yeah, that's where we also lost the trade, or where I lost the trade was I was selling against the trend. So I was actually selling prematurely at this level, I think. Yeah, so this was Monday. We just kept on pushing higher and higher. But then we eventually had this, what do you call it, like a lower high formation. And that indicated to me that, okay, listen, the trend is changing. So we are heading lower. We got that pullback that we were looking for, but we are busy going lower. So this morning at 7 o'clock, I saw this. And I was like, okay, great. It's playing out to the T. That was exactly expected. So what I did was I literally just drew a little trend line here. Like so. Okay, so that's exactly what I saw. I saw that we are trending, we're in a downward trend. So what I was looking for, obviously the market doesn't go one way. So it's not just going to go down. I was expecting the pullback and then a continuation to the downside. I was actually not expecting it to break the structure on this side. I was expecting it can create a double top. It's not impossible, and then fake out. Obviously, people that trade with the trend lines and expect a breakout. But so this morning I was expecting it to pull back, so I was looking for scalping buy trades, and that's also what I said to you guys is we need to look for buy opportunities in the morning, and then later we're going to look for sells. So what actually happened was we were at this level, but what I did was I literally to find a good entry for my buys, I took my fib from the last swing low right here, the last swing low. So I took my fib, I drew it all the way across like so, and then this morning at 7 we were in this area. But now you must remember, I'm not just going to enter because, okay, great, we have the 61.8 golden ratio, that's a good entry for me. I need confirmation. So going on to the 15 minutes from the 1 hour, I was literally just waiting for that confirmation to go up. And I waited, and then I got this bullish engulfing. So this can also be considered as a bullish engulfing. The only problem with this is it's not really engulfing too much price action. So if you look at the left side of this bullish engulfing, it's only engulfing 1-2 candles. So it's not very convincing because it never broke structure. This was the previous swing high of the 15-minute. So if I just go like this, previous swing high. So it never even broke that last swing high. Now, I know, well, swing high is not really creating high, but this little wick right there, that indicates to me it's a swing high, and can be identified as a swing high. So then we had the continuation to the downside after rejecting. So this, to me, was a pretty important level right here. That was a big level for me. And I needed to see we break this level here. Now, this was the first confirmation for me. Okay, great. On the 61.8, we got this bullish engulfing. And again, this thing is engulfing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles looking left. 5 candles compared to 2, way better. So this, to me, I was looking at this and thought, okay, maybe I should take an entry. So I took a 1 entry already at this level. Let's show you guys. So I took 1 entry right there. Stops just below, a few pips just below this at 250 pips, and I was targeting 1300. Kidding, 13,100. 13,100. So that was my target right there. And then, but I didn't send out the signal for this one because it is a high risk trade. I'm obviously waiting for the high probability trades. So I waited. And I saw, okay, great. We created a high low formation on the 15-minute. Now, well, just to show you more clearly, if I go into the 5-minute, you can exactly see what I mean by creating a high low formation. So this was the previous lower low formation, and then we had a high low formation, and it never broke structure again. I'm just going to move this into the left, to the right. So as you can see, lower low, lower high, lower low right here, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low. That means it never broke structure on the left. It created a high low, so the trend is changing. You know, the whole market structure is now changing, but again, it's not confirmed yet. It has to kind of break the resistance levels. Now, it already engulfed and broke the previous resistance at this side, but this was the major swing high. Looking on the 15, because I'm analyzing on the 15. I'm just trying to find my interest on the 5-minute. But obviously, with this candles right here, I was very confident, but I still didn't send out the signal here. So I waited. Okay, there. Now this was almost a confirmation for me, but again, we never broke and closed below or above that resistance level. So I waited. And what did we have here? So a perfect break above the resistance level. Now, I just want to see if I actually shared the signal, what time I shared the signal. So I just want to look here. Nas now, this was at 10:20. Okay, so it wasn't even here yet. I think I waited for the pullback. So then went to the 5-minute. So what I did was, okay, now I know, okay, great, we broke structure. So now I can take away this level here. Now what I did was, I pulled up my fib again. Okay, now already we on the bigger fib. So remember, guys, we are on the major fib level. We rejected the major fib level perfectly, but I need to find the entry. So going down to the 5-minute, I was looking for my entry. Just close that. So we already know we're on that level. You can even draw a zone if you want to. But I was looking for entry. Now I'm already into this trade. I was looking for entry to scale up my position as well as send you guys the signal. So drew my fib again from the swing low to the swing high. Now you can even use this swing low right here if you want to find an aggressive entry, but I think I use this one. and I was just monitoring it to see if it kind of pulled back into my zone. Okay, now obviously it created more high highs, so just adjust the fib. Actually, I think it was around, no, yeah, there. Perfect. Okay, this was where we got the entry. Okay, this was actually still too early. This was 5 minutes past 10. Right there. Perfect. Exactly there. So that's where we got the entry. So I think entering at 13,050. Stop loss was 1310 right there. And we were targeting 13,075 for first target right there. So just targeting that high again, and then the second target was 13,100 right there. Okay, so that was a decent move that we caught. And the reason I was buying, even though it looks like I'm going against a trend, I'm not really. If you look on the high time frames, I'm actually going with the trend. This was just the correction, and I was expecting that impulse. Now, if I was really confident in my analysis, I could have probably, like I expected it to go to the trend line, put my TP at the trend line right there, but I was conservative, so I wanted to at least hit a TP1 and a TP2, and it's basically just because I don't have a lot of confidence after yesterday's trades. I think yesterday we took a loss of 500 pips, and they were all 500 pips, 500 pips. So I was kind of like, I really want this day to work out properly. So I took this trade, and kind of played out pretty well. I'm just going to go to the 50 now. Seems laggy now. Don't know why. Don't know why. Come on. Jeez. Okay. But in any case, guys, so my main focus was to ride the wave up and then ride the wave down. Okay, so wow, what is happening here now? This thing looks terrible. Where's all the strongs coming from? I have to rewind again. It's like okay. So we were around 9, 10, okay, around there. Perfect. Okay. So we entered at 10, just after 10, right there. And then we rode the wave up. So we entered at 50, 1350, or that's where I sent the signal. Right there. Stops 1310. There, targeting 1375. Whoa, my stops wasn't at 1310, was it? That was. But how was I just targeting? Oh, that doesn't make sense at all. No way. Yeah, I was stop loss at 1310. Okay, that does not make sense at all, to be honest. But anyways, I think I put the stop loss very deep just to compensate for not if it breaks the table. But yeah, I'm targeting TP1 75, targeting TP2 for 100. Okay, and then we had a pretty nice run. Now it was stressful, definitely, because we literally had that massive pullback, and I actually took profits at this zone. We had the pullback, and the stupid me decided to sell because I thought, okay, no, listen, we're going up, we're going down. But I didn't trust my own analysis, because if I just looked at the trend line, there. I would have known that we first have to go and retest the trend line before dropping. But yeah, I didn't trust my own analysis. So I went and got into the sell. And the reason I got into the sell, guys, you can see clear as day that we had this bearish engulfing literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 candles, guys, 9 candles. This engulfed 9 candles, like, and we in a downtrend. And I think this is also on a fib level. So there's so many confluences for me to take actually this exactly to the T, just do this, sorry, like that. Look at that. Just look at that. I mean, that's a perfect entry on the 61.8. Rejected this thing crazy. Now, this would have been a good scalp trade for about, let's see how many pips this was. 400, yeah, 500 pips. Not bad. That would have been a good scalp trade, but that's if you squeeze like every little pip out of this position. So yeah, not like a great trade, but I was getting in literally, and yeah, obviously I got stopped out. Market went against me, and market kept going into my first direction that I anticipated would happen, and I was then stopped out, and then I just waited. I knew that, okay, great, this thing wants to push up, so I'm looking for sells at this region right here, and also in confluence with the fib. I took my fib again, guys. I really use my fib a lot. It really helps a lot. Perfect. So I was actually looking for sells to the right here. I was looking for sells. Now I was expecting it to come and retest the trend line, but this again, this can be a whole area from the 71 or 78 to the 61. That's a zone. So I was looking for sells in that range, in that zone. So I left it. It pulled back up almost to our zone. Now this was market open was literally at 12 past. Okay, boom. Market open. We had that very nice push to the upside in our zone, and then I was selling NAS. Where was I selling NAS? Just see the signal that I sent out. Sell NAS, literally 15.35. So going on to the 5-minute. Okay, again, the zone I knew about the zone, but I was focusing on this trend line. And I wanted to make sure that we're not going to break this trend line and just go up even more. So yeah, this was just before market open, and then market opened, boom. Okay, we had this massive drop. Now we didn't catch this move. I knew, okay, great, we had that drop. Now I was expecting the pullback to at least the 13.25. Yeah, 13.25. That's exactly where I look for a sell. So it actually pulled back into the zone right here, you can see, and we took the sell. Now I told you guys to take profits, at least partial profits at the trend line. Now the trend line, let me show you guys what the trend line is. I think this one right there. Okay, so that was the trend line. So I was telling you guys to lock at least partial profits close to the trend line. Now our target was actually a bit deeper at 50. So should have made targets 75, 13.075, but I didn't. I made it a bit further, or stupid. But yeah, in any case, I took profits on the first push to the downside. So look at this thing. So we entered at 25, 13.125. right there. Stops was at 13,180, right there, for about 550 pips, and targeting first targets was right here, 13,050. So it was just below the trend line. But again, we had the nice drop to the trend line, and I told you guys I could listen. Approaching the trend line just takes some profits. And I think you guys did take some profits, or I hope you guys took some profits there. And because after that, we shot up again, and we literally tapped into that trend zone or trend line. Now, this was kind of stressful, so I saw another rejection there. I was getting pretty confident that it going down again, and went, oh, this is actually where I think this is where I thought you guys take profits. And what happened was this thing just pulled up again. Now, I was already out of most of my positions here, but I was keeping a few in just to see what the market does, but I never moved my stops to entry. I left my stops at 13,180. So just left it, and this thing shot up, and I was like, literally, guys, I was stressing because now, like, I don't know what's happening, because like things going down, up, down, up, and now, okay, now I'm actually expecting shit, this thing is going to break all the way through. So, but I was patient because I knew about this level right here. This was drawn up as a resistance right there. Okay, so that was my resistance zone. So I knew about that level. So I was actually well, I was able to actually keep my trade open until we broke past this level, and then I knew shit, okay, then I have to get out of my trade. So I held my trade, and sure enough, we went exactly into that level. But guys, this was too stressful because we didn't just go into this level, we broke past this level on the 5 minute, and I'm like literally analyzing every minute on the 5 minute, and we broke this thing. And guys, I was in a drawdown, I'm not gonna lie to you, of I think $500 or something. And now for me, that's a lot still. You know, I'm not a professional trader yet, like it's a lot of money just to lose on one trade. And this thing was, yeah, you know, minus $500, and I was like, damn, okay, whoa. Like my risk tolerance per day is $100. I don't really want to risk more than $100 a day for me. So this was worth of 5 days worth of you know, risking. So for me, I wasn't allowed to trade for 5 days if I took this loss. And what happened? I just waited a little bit more just to see what's going to happen with the market. And we got that. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm holding. And then we had this, guys, and I took out. I took my loss, like $500, crazy ass loss that I took. And right after I took my big ass loss, this thing started melting again. And I was like, no way. And I got in again. And thankfully I did, because what I was noticing is, okay, this is probably just a fake out, because you guys remember we're on the 5 minute now. So going on to a bit higher time frames, you can clearly see that it is a fake out, because again, this trend line, we had a break of the trend line. So a lot of retail traders and guys that, you know, normal courses teach you, if the thing breaks the trend line, you got to get in, you got to go long. So, but what I saw was we never broke the structure right here. Yes, we wicked above it, but that's a rejection on the 1 hour. And then we got this very pretty, very sexy shooting star candle. So this was where I scaled up my position. My stops was above the previous wick, just above the previous wick. And then I was targeting new region lows right there. So for 1,000, I was actually targeting 1,300 pips. So that's what I was targeting, and I was actually scaling in on my position here, hoping that it would fall, and kind of like seeing all the patterns up and kind of intuitively knowing it needs to fall, but still I was in stress trauma because this thing just didn't fall. Like it looks pretty simple, like it looks like, okay, now that's to fall, but what happened was we rejected again and we went up again, and it was so stressful, guys. Like, can't imagine how stressful it was, because now I'm thinking, oh shit, now all that's happening is it broke the trend line and now it's just retesting the trend line and it wants to, go to all-time highs. I was just waiting and leaving it, and then okay, we got this very nice bearish engulfing again on the 15-minute. So this is actually where I scaled in even more on my position. Didn't take profits yet. Yeah, I locked some profits, and then again we had that candle right there, and I was like, damn, should I get out of this trade now? And I thought, no. And the reason why I didn't get out of this trade is we rejected the zone perfectly. We created a lower high formation, so I'm expecting the trend to change now, because all it was high low, low low, higher, high low, high lower high, high high, lower high, higher high, lower high. And then this was the first time we gave, or it created and printed the lower high formation. And once I saw that, I knew, okay, scaling. And then we pushed up again, and I was like, damn. And then we broke the trend line, and I was actually taking some profits here. And then I let like 3 or 2 positions just run to my other TP, and we hit that as well, 13,000 exactly. So again, guys, psychological round number, very important. And just so let me just explain to you why the market does this, why it goes into one direction and then goes to the opposite direction just to go back to the same direction. Because you must remember there's a lot of liquidity above this zone right here. Stop losses, guys are selling here, stop losses just above here. A lot of people buying here, stop losses just below this, and look what the market does. It just goes, grabs the liquidity, and now it's going to play around here, but I am expecting a proper downward movement to low regions tomorrow or today. See, it's already 1:45. But yeah, so I'm expecting it to come down and actually even break or come and retest this previous swing low. Now, if we're not going to break the swing low, what we can expect is create this move. So if it's not going to break this, if it's just going to create a high low formation, we can expect the break of the trend line tomorrow for New York open and go further up. Now, if it breaks, it's probably going to break, retest the resistance or retest the Fibonacci and continue to the previous low and find a support here. Now, I don't think it's highly likely that it will break past here, but it's definitely a region to look out for. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope this video isn't too long, but yeah, if you guys found some insight into it, and yeah, I really hope you guys can understand why I take the trades that I do. Again, I want to empower you guys. I want you guys to really see the market the way I do. And out of that, you can take your own initiative and start earning money for yourself. And that's my dream, guys. That's truly my dream. Okay, enjoy, guys. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button. This is uploaded on YouTube, so just share it as well. Really be appreciated. And yeah, chat to you soon. Cheers.